The afternoon sessions of the Eco Construct Expo seminars. I'm sorry for a little bit of delay. We just had a bit of a technical issue, which is resolved right now. So let me introduce you to our speaker for this afternoon. This is Mr. William Whisler, Managing Director of Green Building Solutions International. William Whisler is a leading figure in determining the cause of any air tightness problems and testing for commercial and residential buildings in the UAE. Green Building Solutions International has conducted the largest single air tightness test, 95,000 cubic meters in the UAE, and is engaged to do the first air tightness test under the new Dubai Green Building Regulations and Specifications for Dubai Municipality. Mr. Whisler has GBSI from a 35-year background in architectural design with work in the US, Germany, UK, and Japan. He designed the first LEED certified residential building in Japan and Tokyo and numerous LEED projects across the US. A registered architect for 35 years, LEED AP, Istadama P3P certified thermographer, and mold assessor and member of the Emirates Green Building Council Technical Committee. Mr. Whisler is working with energy research students from Harriet Watt and is a member of the Be Green expert panel. His passion for sustainability drives GBSI, leading building envelope testing company in the UAE. Now, without further ado, I welcome Mr. Whisler to the floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that introduction. Yes, there's been a few glitches, and I'm not going to tell you about them, so that as we go through. So, my name is William Whisler, and my company is Green Building Solutions. We originated in the UAE and have been here for 3 years now. We've done hundreds of tests in this area and the GCC area, and I'm going to tell you about some really interesting developments in air tightness testing. Now, this slide is actually supposed to be a video that I would play. If you go to my website, you can see it, and one of the things it says right off the bat is, nobody buys a leaky building. Why do we build them? I want you to keep that in mind. It really went on to show all the different things we do. I've got one video out of the 5 I was going to show you. I think it's an interesting question because these are the things I'm going to talk about. Number one, and I firmly believe this, building envelope integrity by far is the least expensive path to sustainability. All right? Number two, I'm going to talk about the building codes. It's really very, very unique here in the UAE. It's the only place outside of Europe where building air tightness testing is becoming mandatory. I'm going to tell you about that. And then I'm going to give you some real case studies and examples examining these key issues with air tightness. Saves energy. It increases indoor air quality. And here's a point that not a lot of people I think understand immediately. It's not just the facade for building air tightness. It's the roof, it's shafts, there's a lot more involved than just the facade. Okay, let's see what comes up. I hope everybody's seen something like this slide because we're living in an age when things are transitioning. The world temperature is getting hotter. They're calling it climate change, but let's call it what it really is. It's the man-made addition of more CO2 gas into our atmosphere so that the sun on our atmosphere is less able to protect us from the heat from the sun. And that is causing changes in weather and climate. The big, broad continental mass like my country, the U.S., is right at the wrong height for me. Terrible weather things are happening, or in China, and I think this is going to continue. So why is that important here? Well, here's a good example. This is something called the cooling degree days. Anybody a mechanical engineer in the audience? Okay. Well, you ask your mechanical engineer about cooling degree days. This, you can go to the internet right now and download this for any time. This is the Abu Dhabi station at the airport. This tells you exactly how many degrees this per month that the sun has added heat to our environment over a given temperature, over a comfort level. I picked, I think, 22 degrees. And there's nearly 3,000 degrees of temperature, heat, that has to be mitigated. And this is what we do with air conditioning. This is why we're living in air conditioning 100% of the time here in the UAE. So this is why this is air conditioning is nearly 70% of our domestic electrical costs. So if you have a building that's leaking and at times exfiltrating that very expensive air-conditioned air, you can see that this is a problem. All right, whoops, something happened. Now what? Go back to this, right? Thanks.